I would like to dedicate this video to the late Dennis Huff, a longtime currency collector, educator, and friend. Welcome back, collectors. We'll be talking about this note and this book. First, let's look at the book. It's titled National Banknotes by Don C. Kelly. This book is one of the go-to references for national banknotes. It has almost 600 pages chronicling the history of national banknotes. Over 12,000 banks issued national banknotes, and this book gives information on each one of them. I have isolated the information on one bank in Charlotte, North Carolina as an example for us to discuss. Starting at the top, 1781 is the charter number. Mecklenburg is the name of the county. Then Merchants and Farmers National Bank of Charlotte is, of course, the name of the bank. Underneath that, you see 26L, 27S. That refers to 26 large and 27 small size notes believed to remain. Sometimes you will also see the letter U here, followed by a number like U2 or U3. That refers to the number of uncut sheets known to remain. Now, I think at this point it would be good for me to mention that this book was last updated in 2008. So these numbers have likely changed since that time. The same can be said for the value column on the right that goes all the way down. At this point, these numbers would be a guide for the collector. They would let you know which type of note was rarer than another. But you would have to do your own research as to value and survivors. But it's a start. Okay, let's move on. Next, the bank was chartered on February 1st, 1871. It went into receivership July 24th, 1934. So that's the time frame in which this bank operated. Next, staying in the left-hand column, you see original series, 3 times 1-2. That means 3 $1 bills and a single $2 bill. These notes were printed on 4 note sheets. So the next number 1-3000 simply means there were 3,000 sheets, each sheet containing 3 $1 bills and a single $2 bill. Next, 4 times 5 tells us there were 4 $5 bills to a sheet, and there were 5,000 sheets printed. I think you get the idea, but let's do one more. The next one tells us there were 3 $10 bills and a single $20 bill printed on 2,900 sheets. So you see how that works, going all the way down the column. And next, the series of 1875. Then further down, you see brownbacks. That's the beginning of the 1882 series. Then the date back. Then the 1902 date back and plain back. And then the small size type 1 and 2. Near the bottom, you see total issue, 5,788,000. That is the total dollar amount of notes issued by this bank. Out at close is the amount of notes still in circulation at the time the bank went into receivership. And contained in that 200,000 is $11,770 of large size notes. You can see at this point what an undertaking this book was. Now, let's take a look at this note. Based on the information we discussed in Part 3, the printing of geographic letters ceased in March 1924, and Treasury serial numbers stopped in September 1925. So this note has a Treasury serial number, but no geographic letter. So It was printed sometime between March of 1924 and September 1925. This note also has a letter prefix in the bank serial number. Now, this is unusual. I have only found 3 banks in the Kelly book that did this, and one of them issued B notes as well. Now, this is a big book, and there are probably others, but that is all I have identified so far. Dennis Huff, a longtime currency collector and friend in the community, suggested I buy this note, so I did. Now, having a prefix letter does not add any value to the note. It does add to what Dennis called the sizzle. This note costs less than $175, so you get a lot of history for the money. I do hope you've learned a few things from these videos. I know I did. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, tell a friend, and as always, thanks for stopping by.